We're here at Amazon Unbox 2022 asking experts what the top tips to dominate in Q4 this year on Amazon.
One, pay attention to your pricing. There's opportunities to increase price. You want to pay attention to demand. Another opportunity is to do merchant fulfilled, because once you get to a certain date, you can no longer send more inventory into Amazon to have in time for Christmas shipping. If you can fulfill yourself or through a warehouse, you're going to get longer delivery times to maximize, on that traffic and on sales. Make sure that you have enough budgets and that you are also thinking about your inventory for 2023. What am I thinking about in terms of making sure that I'm not out of stock starting out the year? In the past, I had times where I ran out of stock in Q4 and was only able to place an order in December, and then I'm out the first 3 months of the year out of inventory. So planning your inventory now while we're in October is really smart, because you still have time to put in orders and try to forecast what's going to happen once Black Friday kind of hits.
So it goes back a little bit to the first feature I was mentioning, knowing your profit. Once again, that North Star, that compass that you have when understanding your profit creates so much magic, you have no idea, because many sellers get into this game, create revenue. I want to be 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure top line, which is great. You can be a millionaire in revenue, but you can be losing money and you're actually digging a hole. So that North Star is very important. So that's the first component. And once you understand that component, then that will lead you to number 2, 3, 4, 5. But in general, these 2, 3, 4, 5 typically happen how much you're spending in ads, how is it all performing, because it's a really big cost structure. Besides the Amazon selling fees and fulfillment fees, the next fees in line is advertising. So you have to be very, very efficient with that. So take a close look on your conversion rates and how you run your ads in the most optimal way. So we got profits, ads, just staff, like your team, they're really plugged in, they're really wired in, they're all pumped up that it's Q4. Because imagine Q4 is like a basketball game. You got the last quarter.
The Super Bowl.
Or the Super Bowl. If it's football, you got the last quarter. You have the team players fighting for every ball, every opportunity to score a point, because that will win the game. Okay, so that's kind of the third thing, was your team, make sure they're all aligned, they all realize this is prime time. Nobody's taking breaks, nobody's taking vacations. Everybody's leaving, breathing, momentum on the field, on the court. Yeah, you have to be very, very hyped up, because the traffic is there, the intent is there, the money's there. Just grab it as much as you can. Just awesome. Barely get any sleep if you have to make sure you get the maximum out of Q4. Then later on, Q1, you can rest, relax. It's all good.
Things change week over week. Be consistently evaluating and reprioritizing. 2, every dollar spent on advertising, if you go to stock, is a dollar wasted on advertising. Essentially, you're just paying for yourself to go to stock. So everyone is probably geared up and has all the inventory, but make sure that you align your advertising with your couponing with your underlying inventory stats. 3, just make sure you have the right partners around you, whether that's an agency or software. Make sure you have people who, yes, they can get you the information. Like Share Voice is really cool, Marketing Stream is very cool, but how are we actioning that information? And ultimately having the right people internally, externally is super important.
Start early. I think and also having deals. A lot of brands are scared to do deals in some way, so I think it's advertising those and pushing those on Amazon, but I also think leveraging tools like DSP right now to target shoppers who are about to start shopping is really important, and keeping your brand top of mind. I feel like everyone probably said that though at this point.
No, not a single person.
I think that piece, but it's also play really hard right now in the category and trying to get that traction, so people, when they're going to purchase, you're the brand that they end up going with, because they know that it's going to probably be a deal.
I think it's a bit late to get into that for this Q4, but I think the big news that sellers could take advantage, or that we did, was to use AWD, which is Amazon's warehousing and distribution, also known as Upstream, which is Amazon's own 3PL service. So you can send cartons into them from your factory, from your warehouse, and they'll keep it for you, and then they'll ship it to the fulfillment centers.
How does that differ from FBA?
Because FBA, they're holding units and they're ready to be shipped out to customers. With AWD, they're keeping cartons, so the volumes are smaller, especially if you have softer products, for example. What they do is they'll keep it in stock and they'll auto replenish FBA for you. So it's like a step before FBA.
So especially in Q4, the most common mistake that people make, if they have inventory here in the US and their warehouse on a 3PL, is by using Amazon SPD, that's small parcel delivery, or Amazon partner carriers. These two options are basically Amazon gives you a very discounted rate on UPS, or with LTL carriers, full truckload carriers. They were supposed to pick up their product and deliver it to Amazon. The issue with that is Amazon shows up whenever they want. When they say they're going to pick up today, that doesn't mean they're going to pick up today. They might pick up a week later. That's number one. Number two is, even after they pick it up, how Amazon works is they pick up your load, they drop the trailer on Amazon's FC yard, and then it could sit there for a couple of days till Amazon actually gets to it. Versus if you use a third party like us or a bunch of others out there, we make appointments, and all third party deliveries are live unloads. That means when you get to Amazon for your appointment, they actually offload your product into the FC at the same time. Automatically, they scan your product, they check it in, they receive it in, and that's how basically you know that, hey, if I have an appointment tomorrow on Amazon, you know that your product will be available to sell to customers by end of the day. When you're running out of stock in Q4 and Black Friday is next week or Christmas is in 2 weeks from now, you want to make sure that your product is available to sell on Amazon. Do not use SPD or Amazon partner carriers because you're not sure if that's going to arrive on time. If it arrives 3 weeks late, your whole season is screwed and you're sitting with product. Always use, even though it's more expensive third party, but to make sure that your product gets received on time, use a third party.
If you're looking to scale your business on Amazon, visit incrementumdigital.com. My name is Liran Hirschkorn, CEO and founder of Incrementum Digital. Thanks for watching this video, and click on my face to watch the next video.